It's a 1-1. No! 3, 2, 1. It'll count. No! And Princeton holds on and wins it by a deuce.
Now Southern, Darius Mims lets it fly just inside half court, and Terry Mims tipped it in for Southern. They were still trailing by 7 at the half. Alfonso Ford, the story for Valley State. Down the lane, he had 29 points, 21 in the second half. Coach Lafayette dribbling, his team controlling the pace of the Tigers, and Mississippi Valley State wins it. So the Delta Devils.
Robert Morris, yeah, time to be jamming. In the first half, Isaac Buchanan, the steal, and he be jamming. The game tied at 40 at the half. Close game. That's the 7th-seeded Red Foxes we're talking about. But Magid Bilal rams it in. Colonials up by 3, and then Ricky Cannon the air ball, but Myron Walker there for the follow. He had 28 points, and time for the Colonials to be jamming and hooping it up big time. 85-80.
What a great tournament. And what a great day. Harderson flipping it up, no good. 6 seconds to play. Travis Brewster puts it in, and that's going to do it. Campbell doesn't even have to inbound the ball, and they don't. 67-53, Campbell on to the tournament.
It was in Norfolk, Virginia. The Howard Bisons were down by 15 at the half, but then they came roaring back to the top seed in the tournament. Julius McNeil knocking down a three-pointer, and they come back from 18 points down to lead by 2 with 9 seconds left, and the Rattlers missed the desperation bucket, and then an easy bucket that could have tied this thing up, but they can't get it, and Howard hangs on for the win after trailing virtually the entire game.
East Tennessee State present problems for everybody, including UTC.
Jason Niblett. Nelson with the move.
The defenses at both ends of the floor shoving those guys out a little farther.
Sutton in the open. He has been held scoreless in this game. Where has he been? Alford, yes! Earlier in the half, they were going to this guy inside Dennis. They do it again. And Brooks, oh, what a move. He had Palmer falling down with a rebound ahead to Dennis. He's got Talford, but he elects to go to the second man, the trailer. Story down low. He doesn't go to him. He goes to Dennis, and that may be the out. The East Tennessee State fans ready to come, and Neal's shot won't go, and there it is. It's over. Here comes the sea of the crowd. Alan LaForce.
Flying high early. That was Tommy Williams behind the back to Tony Windlass. Eagles up 6. Then on the break, Chris Burden. The nice save to Dexter Abrams. Dexter Abrams for the lay-in. Eagles up 10 at the half. That's State coach Bob Reinhardt wishing he was somewhere else because Southern continues to dominate. Abrams the big follow. These fans haven't wised up. The players might. 82-95, Georgia Southern.
Old Dominion against his former mentor, Lefty Drizel. He was an assistant under Lefty. Keith Jackson, the baseline. Jay, and it goes in. He had 9 at the break. ODU by 10 at halftime. Some pinball wizards here, and Petey Sessoms comes up with the hoop and the foul. 48-33 Old Dominion. Brian Edwards, good for 3. ODU by 6. Edwards, strong to the hole, cutting the lead to 4. 11 seconds to go. Edwards again for 3, and nothing but the bottom of the net. JMU down by 3. 5 seconds to go. Would we see a miracle? No. Edwards stripped to the ball. Old Dominion wins it. And Oliver Purnell beats his...
In a conference final, Diaz and Drexel in Delaware. Alex Coles, 2 of his 22. Michael Thompson driving to the hoop, but he's blocked by Spencer Dunkley. Dunkley, 15 points, 14 rebounds. Delaware in transition. Anthony Wright for the slam, and the students are right on as well. They don't want Duke, they want Howard. Smart group. And Delaware, 90.
Chris Fowler in the studio was there when he was one of the hidden gems. Like Luke kind of second.
That's right.
Neubauer. Over to Williams. Barry Wilson into the lane, right-handed. Randy Woods thought he had it. Bullock got it. The guard that they stretch the floor so much, it's got to help inside. Hit up, fake by Bron. Hurd, not quick enough. Williams pulls, scores. Fading, short. Blitz Wooten, rebound, flip, scores. Don't forget, Randy Woods has 4 fouls. Nice step through. There's the step through indeed. Picked up by Holland. Holland will go. Holland hits. Seconds away. They need a big bucket here. Here's Edwards. Can't get it. Rebound. Levers. LaSalle has come from behind to win the MAC championship.
The Missouri Valley Conference Championship. 3 plays 5 for the right to be 1. It'll be Tulsa.
SMSU and Tulsa would decide which team would represent the conference in the NCAA. The Bears played a near flawless first half, with Rigsby picking up where he'd left off the night before. But early in the second half, Tulsa went to its all-out press that had beaten SIU the day before, and the Bears had trouble. A 21-6 Hurricane run brought them from 9 points down to 6 points ahead with about 8 minutes to go. But this team that had known the cellar of the conference in the dark days of mid-January had come together in such a way that they refused to lose. Crawford and Murdoch and Graves and Rigsby would lead the scoring, and SMS lost the ball to the press. The Hurricanes shot for the game only to come up empty, and Axley came up with the rebound. Just as he had done in the clutch in Carbondale on February 1st, Axley hit 2 free throws to move the lead to 3. Tulsa had but 1 final chance.
Okay, Tulsa length of the floor to go. They have 3 seconds. Dawkins baseballs it into forecourt. It's caught by Collier. Here's his desperation 3. It's no good! Do you believe in March Madness?
In the dark uniforms, Bill Courtney off to Mike Bright for the slam. Fordham coach Nick McCarchick was missed, but later in the first half, Dewey Stinson draws the foul and gets the hoop for a 3-point play, helping Fordham to a 3-point lead at the break. Second half, here come the Bison. Pat King off to Mike Bright for the slam. Bucknell within 1 now. But down the stretch, Fordham goes on a 9-2 run, including this layup by Stinson. And that will prompt the huge celebration. And you'd be celebrating like that, too, if you hadn't been.
Game where everybody is celebrating, but nobody sees Paul Onkowski of Bucknell drill the shot.
5 Massachusetts. Anton Brown for 3. Gets the ball. And now Williams, the freshman from Hartford, Connecticut. Barbee for 3. Herndon and McCoy, the others on the floor for UMass. This is Pollard laying it in. Strong touch against this kind of defense. Barbee, the whistle, count. Various Green. Another 82nd in the AP poll this week. As we mentioned, in 1 power index, the 5th rated team from Barbee and 10 each from McCoy and Brown.
He passed it on to Jim McCoy. He said he's the one that really deserves it.
That was a touching moment at the Atlantic 10. Both the regular season and tournament championship in the Atlantic 10.
Let's head to Pauley Pavilion. The battle for the Pac-10 title. Always a struggle, and the 2 combatants lock in arms. It's Arizona and UCLA. Certainly no love lost between these two. Vicious rejection here by Wayne Womack on Don McLean. The Bruins get it going early, though. Mitchell Butler, the baseline driving the slam. The UCLA faithful rocking at Pauley Pavilion. Lute Olson wasn't rocking. His knees were knocking. His team down. Bruins up by 6 at the half, but second half, that was Othick to Caleb Reeves for the double pump. And then Othick drains the 3. Arizona down 2. Suddenly Jim Herrick feeling some heat. Bruins tough, though, down the stretch. Matkins finds Taurus Edney. The M&M boys, Murray and McLean, loving it. So is Dick Vitale.
Oh, my God, they knocked us down here. Help me, Ron. Oh, my God, it's unbelievable.
Loose and pulled down by Prince. He's caught in the corner. 7 on the game clock. Scoops up the shot. Blocked by Trost, but the follow by Maxey. They get it inbounds to Nixon. Fires one up at midcourt. Good!
He threw it right in the goal, and they had tried to run a screen on the baseline, hoping to get the foul call. And I think he just felt like, well, I'm going to throw it up and hope that something good happens, and he throws it right in the goal.
Just their defense is so effective, they wind up in low-scoring games. Van Exel outside, got it for gambling. Madlock into the lane, couldn't get the roll. Bond follow. Postseason play. Another good defensive move. Nice move to the cutter that time.
Definitely can be a leader with Hardaway on the bench.
They get a second chance with Smith, the leader. It won't go. Third try. Douglas finally gets it. Douglas at 6'7", they're two biggest players out there. Buford this time with a penetration and a fresh frozen. I'm not sure what that means live on tape. We were talking about Bob Huggins earlier today, you and I, about whether or not he uses it. He didn't believe it. Starts going right for you, it all goes right. And Buford creates another steal, and that's kind of a fitting ending to all of this. As a look at the final scoreboard shows the Cincinnati Bearcats.
We've got a dandy. At least it promises to be that way between the top two teams in the end. So wants it back. Good luck. Wilson with the penetration by 19. Waiting for this last play, and it's Heisel. He got it! And the nice thing about Kingsbury, he had a terrible night last night in the semi. Only sickly well. His quickness might be a question mark. You think he can make it to the NBA?
Not so sure. I mean, Europe is always a...
Where will Evansville be placed? What seeding would they get winning this tournament? How's that for the Aces?
There's no reason not to believe. Call it tradition. Call it success. Call it winning. At the University of Montana, we call it program.
Of getting the NCAA tournament, riding on this game, but Chris Gent takes a ride there. Incredible hoop and the foul. 16 points. Gent's fired up. The Buckeyes fired up. Why not? They were up by 20. And JJ, what a great turnaround move. Second half, OSU up 24 and more. Good ball movement. Gent to Baker to the beautiful bounce pass to Jackson for the foul. Jackson finished with 26 points as OSU wins at 94.
Take you to West Lafayette and Damon Bailey. With his Hoosiers down by a deuce in the second half, 2 of his 19, Purdue counters Woody Austin. The tough J hacked in the act, and it counts. And the always animated Bob Knight watches Purdue lead it by 1. 47 seconds to go. Austin's dangerous pass saved by Quanzo Martin. Ian Stanback to Eric Riley. Riley would hit both free throws. Indiana down by 3, 28 seconds left. Bailey's 3 can't go. Matt Waddell with the rebound. And Purdue holds on to win it 61-59 as they storm the floor and
moves to the basket.
Leitner will try again outside. Rodel clears it out. Lynch all alone.
String hanging out of his jersey and everything.
Montross missed, got it back, and he threw a jump ball to Hill, and he pulled it down and then put it here.
He gets away with it.
He had 5 steals in the first half. Graham Hill.
Do that.
Thomas Hill over here, 13-point Duke lead. Montross in close. Leitner just let him have it.
It's left in the game and up by 19. Duke still contesting the shots.
Ask comes around and buries it. ACC tournament title, they've got it.
Player of the year in 84 and 85. Alonzo, the player of the year this year. But even Patrick couldn't have gotten this one. Moten with the hang time, he had 20. Morning had his moves, looking like a pro here. He had 23, game tied at 29 at the half. Second half, Syracuse going through the Hoya defense. The press, Dave Johnson makes him pay. Syracuse by 8. 27 seconds to go. Jim Boeheim up by 3. Joey Brown. NBA three-point range. Nothing but the bottom of the net. We're tied at 54. Ewing loves it. 6 seconds to go. Johnson. Right in the face of Alonzo Mourning, and he buries it. Syracuse up by a deuce. 3 seconds to go. The Hoyas do not get a good shot. Robert Churchwell barely nicking iron. Syracuse wins it 50.
Fighting time. Henry Williams at the line. Charlotte down by 1, but he nails both free throws, putting the 49ers up by 1. Last chance for the Green Wave. J.G. Hunter's attempt is short, and Jeff Mullins and his 49ers. Randy Lavender could tie the game with a free throw, but he misses. Check out the scramble. Time runs out. New Mexico State holds on to win it by the score of 74-73. So the Aggies gain their first Big West Conference lineup despite that corneal abrasion suffered in Saturday's game. And the Cowboys hanging tough in the second half thanks to Sutton. Goes in for the layup. Kennedy's foul. The Cowboys up 5. KU's Roy Williams literally couldn't stand it. Rex Walters, though, hits the 3. KU up 4. The Jayhawks then go on to put it away. Eric Pauley feeding Alonzo Jameson for the slam and let the Big 8 celebration begin on the Kansas bench. They win it 60.
Here's Mashburn going for the basket, drives under, lays it in. 6-5. Here's another long throw out. Woods is back. Robinson lays it up and in.
The first half lead changed 9 times as Alabama featured 3 super talents: James Robinson, Latrell Sprewell, and Robert Horry.
Trying to work on Farmer. 101 pulls up for a 3. Got it.
Shortly into the second half, the Tide ran out of gas, and Kentucky went on a blistering scoring drive.
It's a loose ball, and it's still a loose ball. Feldhouse gets it to Mashburn. Mashburn now gives it out to Woods. Woods driving, pulls up, 8-footer, no good. Tapped in by Martinez. Dale Brown passes underneath to Mashburn. He goes up, got it. That was a great assist from Dale Brown there. Mashburn double team, gets it out to Ford. Ford for a long 3. Good. Way out there. Sprewell. Intercepted by Farmer. He's in a foot race to the other end. Lays it up left-handed and got it. It's 3. Martinez underneath stuffs it. And that will be it. And Kentucky wins this one 80-54.
To win the Pac-10 title and earn the first automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. To Arizona, this is the kind of night it was. Off the opening tip-off, Chris Mills gets it, couple of dribbles, and a 3. And Arizona would never trail. The versatile Mills, the outside and inside game, seems like he's been in school forever, but he's playing like a veteran. Had 26 points on the night. Then Khalid Reeves, the guard, takes over, slashing down the lane for the hoop. After he went to class on Thursday, he didn't take his normal pregame nap. He played video games, and he ran up big numbers on Oregon State, a career-high 31 points, as Arizona wins by 11, wins the Pac-10 title because...
The lead is now 7. Backdoor cut, Hilscher, blocked by Cruz! They better really fired up these people if they needed any help. Mahoney for 3!
He may need a timeout right now.
It's a double-figure lead, Pennsylvania.
Wagner's calmed down a little bit. There's a wide-open shot.
Wide, and McCullough in the rebound.
Oh, good job.
Not clearing the paint for the time being.
Excellent defense.
Vukovic has a step.
Oh, great possession.
Yeah, by Wilcox.
Pass was soft, and here you got the run out.
And Hobson.
Good judgment.
Hobson came out to deny the 3, so Suber hit.
Wagner couldn't get it to Hobson on the other end, but here's Suber getting the shot.
Off the back iron. Rebound to Wagner. Lewis has it. Hobson drives. He's got him at 5 seconds left.
Pass now. They cannot play past it. There it is, just short of half court.
Suber will take the shot.
Holy mackerel. Oh, my goodness.
Coppin State, the favorites, and they look like it. Melvin Roberts, the spin and the dish. Stephen Stewart had 24, and Jeff Jones didn't want to watch. Coppin State, 6-point halftime lead. Michael Thomas, the tremendous follow-up slam. Coppin State pumped. They're tourney-bound, defeating Delaware State by the final of 80-53. Coppin State with the nation's longest winning streak.
Carolina clinches a tournament appearance as they defeat Winthrop in the Big South. The championship played in
Niagara in purple, and Niagara heats it up. Rob Robinson, the jam, and Niagara is up 10 and looking good, but Manhattan comes back off the miss. Carrie Edwards gets the rebound for the win. He was fouled on the way up. Both coaches react. Coaches who grew up on the same block in Brooklyn, Fran Fraschilla, and that's Jack Armstrong. Now it's Edwards at the line. He missed the first free throw, but he hits the second, a 1-point lead. Armstrong, youngest coach in Division I, diagrams the last play. Leitner did it with Duke. Syracuse did it this year. Oklahoma State did it this year, but Niagara couldn't pull off the prayer at the buzzer. And the Jaspers raise the banner as an NCAA team for the first time since 1958.
In the Southland title game, seen here on ESPN, Northeast Louisiana, Tim Brando's alma mater. Need I say any more? Chattanooga. First half, Tim Brooks to Gary Robb. UTC on a 12-2 run. Still in the first half, Robb puts UTC up by 20 at halftime, and then Brooks to Robb. 16 on the night. UTC wins it And they're #1 tonight, at least in the Southern Conference, as they pick up the victory.
So James Madison a favorite, but Lefty was down 1 at the break. In the second half, with the Dukes down a couple, it's Michael Benson with the layup, and the game was tied at 41 apiece. But the Pirates hang tough. Lester Lyons drains a 3. The Pirate lead is 4. Just over 30 seconds left. Ike Copeland to Curly Young. They beat the trap, and Lefty's feeling the heat. His team is down 3. Brian Edwards off the timeout for the tie. A rim shot that doesn't sound nice, and it's celebration time for the Pirates. Eddie Payne's club go into the dance, beating James Madison, the 7th seed in the conference.
Rose, the strong move over Spencer Dunkley. On the other end, Rose rejecting Dunkley inside. Dunkley, who hails from England, makes the adjustment. He scored 16. We're tied at half. Second half, Dunkley, the outlet, Kevin Blackhurst. The miss, but Anthony Wright does no wrong. Drexel hangs tough. Preston Pearson's son, Matt, going all the way, 2 of his 10. Time running out, Delaware by 2. Drexel with a shot, but Brian Holden lets his foot get in the way of a comeback. Hens hold on to win at 67-64. Kevin Blackhurst helped make it happen for them.
Good movement inside by Southern Illinois. Good pass.
Nice pass by Bell to Amaya.
Southern Illinois really tough on defense. Look at Lusk.
Did enough. Taylor made the shot.
The ball up and just got it to the basket.
Boy, Timmons, no help that time. Got it right around Kearns. No turnovers. Pavlovich, the runner for 3, won't go. Gets it back, puts it on. Barnes does. They got the numbers if they push it. Barnes on the wing. Taylor to the basket. Got it.
As long as that NBA season is, he's still got a lot of games to play.
That's right. Bell is open. Pitch has a little gimme layup to make it an 11-point game, and that's the way it's going to end. As the Salukis of Southern Illinois.
1 seed Pepperdine. Dick Davies, the coach of Santa Clara, told Steve Nash, the freshman, to start shooting threes. They were down 6 at the break, and Nash went nuts. The freshman from Victoria, British Columbia, shot 35% from 3 for the season. He went nuts. 5 3-pointers in the half, 9 for 9 as a team from 3-point line in the second half, and the Broncos are celebrating in Santa Clara. They have the trophy as West Coast Conference champions. They go by virtue of the 10-point win. It's a career high.
46 points. In the second game, only 10 points. So it'll be interesting to see how they play them today. Penetrator, a third guy who can break the defense down.
Oh, good luck and Simon. Simon again looks for Johnson. E for 3, and it's an air ball. He didn't even draw iron on that one. Horn.
That's what they need to do more of, probably, is step those guys out.
They got the mismatch.
The gap there that the count had to be off.
Johnson with the turnaround. Here's the lob pass, and Button showtime here. Turn, and he is smiling and hugging his players on the sideline as they know that it has become real. They have defeated the University of New Orleans for the Sun Belt Championship 72-63.
In the Mid-Continent Final, Wright State against Illinois Chicago first half. Wright State's Bill Edwards doing his stuff. He had 20 in the first half. Illinois Chicago hanging close. Sherrill Ford. Nice move here. UIC still down by 5, though, at the half. Second half, Kenny Williams and Bill Edwards on a collision course. Williams got the worst of it, but he returned and made his presence felt from 3-point range. Then Williams again making things interesting. Gets fouled here. It's a 4-point play. UIC cut it to just 3. But turnovers down the stretch cost Illinois, Chicago, and Wright State hangs on for the victory, 94-88. Yes, off the steal, Bill Walker. The slam. Walker had 17 for Holy Cross. More Crusader defense. No famine for Rob Feaster. 16 points, 9 boards. Holy Cross by 17 at the half. Bucknell down and out. Roger Breslin feeding Frank Powell for the 3. Crusaders up 26. Time to wave the flag. The Crusade will continue into the NCAA tournament. Crusaders win at 98-73.
And Calbert Cheney, part of senior night. First half, Pat Graham, the shot misses. Cheney, rebound, loose ball. Indiana up by 13 midway in the first half. Damon Bailey, the high handoff to Greg Graham. It's a 26-point Hoosier lead at halftime, and that's why he's not happy. More Cheney here, driving on the baseline and getting the jumper to go. Then in the second half, Bailey the shot misses. Cheney the rebound. He goes over
Mike Peplowski and scores that he had 17. Graham driving for the reverse lay-in. Greg Graham with 32. And Cheney and Graham say goodbye for now with the Big Ten trophy, but we'll see more of them in the big dance.
Great pass.
You got to stay at home with him. He can fill it up.
Jones. Whoa. Nip and tuck all the way here in the A-10 championship game. Harper Williams bench.
Just an attention getter. Nice look. Oh.
Brunson.
Nice play.
Gets the quick two.
They dribbled. They were able to come up with the rebound, and Temple did not seal off.
For the second consecutive year, the University of Massachusetts has won the Atlantic 10 regular season title and the Atlantic 10 tournament title.
Early wake-up call for Western Michigan and Ball State. The Mid-American Conference Championship game was at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. Leon McGee to Yvonne Sanders for the hoop. Western Michigan up by 5 early. Cardinals come back. Jamie Matthews spins, drives, lays it off. Steve Payne up and in off glass. Payne with 14 in the first half. Then Dick Hunsaker gets Jamie Matthews going in a big way from outside, stops, pops, nails it. And he was fouled. In the second half, more of Mr. Matthews. Spins, pivots, comes back, nails it. Ball State by 15. And Ball State goes to the ball, the big dance for the third time in the last 5 years. Jamie Matthews is 31 points.
Andy Elkins, along with Kokenauer, this man right here, have not been a big factor in three.
At the other end, Tyrese Walker cannot hit.
The UTEP Miners over Utah. Don Haskins doing it again.
Great work. The floor in a hurry. Tyrese Walker looking for some openings.
33 there to the right of the block.
And the left-hander from on top. Walker watching him bounce pass. Case Beer beats Rose. Hooks it home. Elkins driving, no call, and then he scored. 2 seed as they win it 80-69. And Jim Cruz is headed for his 3rd NCAA tournament.
To Van Exel. That's a tough shot. And Martin Paulson. Players in the country. I talked to a couple of scouts. Talked to one scout, said he was the best player in the country. Outstanding freshman, the incoming freshman, will be an incoming freshman. Billy Speed called on him. Blunt down low for Martin. Nice look that time. Yusuf, jump stop, penetration, pulls up. Cincinnati's going to pressure. This is a good move. Take a little time off. Risky pass off the hands of Newsom and out of bounds. Rules of college basketball, but well, the commitment to excellence. They do a little too much whooping, but they still are a very, very good basketball team, and they have shown that today as they win the Great Midwest Championship 77.
Conference championship game in Salt Lake City. New Mexico over Texas El Paso by 11.
He actually should have tried to flush it with 2 hands.
Salvadori with a left hand. Realizes he's only up by 3 as well as they've played. Forrest, fall away jumper. The first goes down. Cherry gets it to Sullivan. Nice dish to Reese. And he's fouled.
Short.
Wide open is Hill. 3. Forrest. Mackey. Tie. And Reese has another crack at it. Barry with a rebound. Out to Martise Moore. And have been outstanding.
And Georgia.
2.5 seconds to go. Williams will try it again. Good if it goes. It goes. But Georgia Tech has won the ACC championship.
Pirates, winners of a 10 in a row, made the Orangemen dizzy at Madison Square Garden. From the deity cam, the payoff to DeHare. And when the 2-3 zone forced the Buccos outside, DeHare drew them out of it. 51-37 the Hall at the half. Syracuse with a sign of life after the break. Lawrence Moten to Mike Hopkins. Beautiful move. And the Pirates' lead is still 11. Seton Hall on the way to the biggest margin of victory in the history of the Big East final. Arturas Karshinovis. And as Jerry Walker knocks the Orangemen over like paper-mache bowling pins, it's Seton Hall 103, Syracuse 70. Your tournament MVP is DeHare, 17 points. Either that or it was just
a slipper off the missed three. Lamont Frazier puts it down. Missouri takes the early lead. Anthony Bean for three for K-State. Anthony Bean for three for K-State. Game's tied at 26. Closing ticks of the clock in the first half. Where are you going with that ESPN table?
Wow.
Reggie Smith at the other end lays it up and in, and there's a larceny arrest at halftime. Norm Stewart's club up by 2 at the break. Tigers in the second half. Mark Atkins downtown. Missouri up by 7. Kansas State comes back. He's not a hockey player. He's a skier. Jones with the 3, and they're within 2. But Javon Crudup puts it in. Auditioning for the Little Caesars ad, perhaps. Pizza, pizza, and they win by 12. So Missouri goes to the NCAA tournament in spite of having lost 7 of its last 8 regular season. Terrence O'Kelly with the shot that Tracy Ware obviously goaltends. Second half, Lucius Harris goes long. Rod Hannibal drops it off to Harris, to Byron Russell. Pretty stuff. And the 49ers are up by 6 late. New Mexico State tries to get within 3. Sam Crawford, clang off iron. Russell ahead. Lucius Harris. That drives the nail through the Vampire's heart. 49ers win it by 8. Seth Greenberg on his way to the tournament. 49ers haven't been to the NCAA tournament in 16 years.
The circle, off target with a 3. Rozier. Basketball. They do a lot of things. Now they clear for him. Look at him. He create a shot. He does. Got to be the Sox. Sherron Mills. Oh, it's got nice. Actually, had 2 games in a row where he didn't finish last month. Bob to Morton. Oh, that's too easy. Oddick just kicked one of the inside men and tried to get a back door from the wing. Pressure here. Uh-oh, now they've got it broken. And Morton, a little stop and go. Kick back to Brewer. 3. 12 points for James Brewer. That's Rozier. Ball game. 1 second to go. The long pass to Hopgood, and that's it. Louisville has won their 9th Metro Conference Tournament Championship. 90-78, Louisville.
And again from way downtown, bang. And from Travis, don't call me today's best, bang. Dale Brown thought the Wildcats would be in trouble without their starting setter Rodney Dent, but KY simply went deep. Travis scored 6 of them. Might as well have been calling it a touchdown. Travis eventually left doing his Michael Jordan impression. Even Jamal Mashburn hit one against LSU, and the Wildcats win by $333,333,333,333.
She told Flemons before their game last night, don't upstage.
Have to do with the intensity, and as a result of that intensity, the defense is much better.
Mark of the first half, 27-21, Texas Tech. Baron Brown.
Pretty good defensive position by Bo Outlaw that time.
Lance Hughes. Season, you win 20, and you stumble once in your tournament, but it doesn't get you into the end. Even up 23. Boy Smith from Hughes. Go to 18-11 for the year. 2 more for Fleming.
For Will Flemings today, that tells you how hard he was working.
It is all over in Dallas, and the Red Raiders headed to the NCAA.
Second straight Ivy League title as well. Second half, Penn's Matt Maloney taking over. Put up Penn by 3. Pete Carrill looking for a traveling. We can only hope that's what he was doing. Quakers calling on Maloney down the stretch. Maloney scored the Quakers' final 9 points. He had 24 for the game, and let the celebration begin. The Quakers are going dancing as Penn beats Princeton by 10. Penn capturing its 15th Ivy League title. The difference for the Quakers.
Brown on top will take the jumper off the dribble. Here's the guy to get it to. Shagged down his own rebound on the baseline. Well, it's the lone jumper. James gets it ahead. Marcus leaves it for Wilson. Horton works for a 15-footer. Rogers kept it alive. Horton got it back and scored inside. Teague with a pick. Jones up high, fade away, and got it. They get it across the timeline. Filippo. Leos might be the man. He's been brilliant all game. He drives, lost the handle. Pilot, possession arrow. 1.8 left. Long ball. Touched by Wilson. He's got to get it away. He doesn't. Tennessee State will not even have to leave town to party.
Game out in the first place in the loss column, but 2.5 out. Patrick Henderson in the game for UTC. Bourne with a reverse layup. Pretty play by Rob to Bourne for 3. Bang! We're tied.
Glenn Robinson, his usual self, unstoppable. From the corner, over 2 defenders with the foul. Purdue up by as many as 15. Robinson 22 at halftime, but Michigan comes back. Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard. Howard a career best 27. The Wolves on a 17-4 run. More Michigan. Rose the miss. But Ray Jackson, a career best 22. Wolverines go up by 10. Purdue's not finished. Not when you have Matt Waddell. You don't stop Matt Waddell. You can only hope to contain him. Good. Boilermakers within 4, under a minute to go. Robinson, baseline, up and away. Purdue within 1. Michigan up 1. Shot clock is off. Jalen Rose. The Ann Arbor crowd is stunned. Purdue debates, who do you go to? Matt Waddell, Quanzo Martin? No. Robinson said, I didn't care if anybody was open, I was taking it. And he does. Right in Jalen Rose's mug, and he buries it. Robinson had 37. Michigan, one last chance. Who do they go to? Jackson, Rose, Howard? No. Dugan Fife. Purdue wins it by the final of 95-94. Rumor has it Gene Cady smiled.
Likes that spot, but jumps down low. Back out. Three-pointer, no good again. I'll tell you. Of course, used to be the baseball coach there and did a great job.
Goes Spinks. More intense, much more confidence in their play.
Schumer from long distance. Up 10 with the ball. Chapman buried. Under 2 minutes to play now. Liberty in control. Neely launches one, and
he's going to get a hard time if that's the case.
Of course, there are those of us who remember our college Liberties in a hurry. Campbell's not going to foul. And congratulations to the Flames of Liberty. They're going to the NCAA tournament. Big South champions from Lynchburg, Virginia. Watch the celebration.
Mike Jones wide open from 3. Robinson. Huff. Little full court pressure defense. Hodge all alone. Watch it. Three-pointer is good. McClinton. Nice pass by Odell. 26 points. McClinton ties it. Unbelievable. 8 on the shot clock. Odell Hodge. He's got it. On the other side, but you got to get it going to the basket. There's Kaluko. He's got the shot. He's got it. It was all money, and there it is. Oh, my gosh.
Against Manhattan. I guess the diet pills aren't working. Loyola down by 1. Johnson hits the big 3, so they're up 1. The Greyhounds a couple of free throws and have a 3-point lead. Manhattan needs a 3-point to tie, but Williams steals the pass. They run out the clock, and Manhattan the loser.
Yo, baby, we're going to shoot a big dance. Woo!
Here, and Coach Eldon Miller's a big fan of body shaping. Chris Lowry for 3, and it drops. He had 12 at 67-64 late. Randy Blocker had 18. Dishes to Sims. We're tied at 67. Down 3, and Sims lets it go through his hands. Coach Miller, time for some sit-ups. The Salukis celebrate. They repeat as tourney titleists. All 5 starters in double figures. Chris Carr leads the way with 20. To get back to the NCAAs, and let's walk before we can run. Tony Moore for 3. Byron Starks for 3. Michael Allen, and they're all good. The Cajuns, the early lead. Ralph Willard, not pleased. Hilltoppers get the passing going. Cephas Bunton finishes. Western Kentucky within 3 at the half. Second half, the Cajuns open it up using the D. Brian Collins steals. Byron Starks, you guessed it, another 3. Moore, Cajun D. Tony Moore steps in. Starks, he'll miss. Who's there? Collins, the monster, follow. And Marty Fletcher and the Ragin' Cajuns go on to the run to the NCAAs.
Neither team bashful about launching from. Mascots want to go to the big dance. Dana Jones fighting underneath. Goes up with the left hand, and that's good. So Pepperdine takes the 1-point lead. 20 seconds left. Hank Egan's team down by 3. The 3-ball for the tie comes up short. Pepperdine comes away with the victory. Scoreless in the final. 3:15 for the Toreros. Stretch this 3 to tie from Kenny Williams, and it falls. It's 56 up, and it's got to be the shoes. Ben Berlowski, we're going to double team. What does he do? He finds Jeff Nordgaard. And look out for Logan Vandervelden and the bucket. Fighting Phoenix by 3. Williams, he already hit 1-3. Same spot. This to tie. It's online. It's no good. Wisconsin, Green Bay is going to, everybody jump. Going to go to the NCAAs. Kenny Williams feeling the pain. The Flames lose. Vandervelden.
If they are fouled. Whistler, got it! That's 3. Force it. You don't have to commit yourself to a 3 at this point. Arena goes for 3 and gets it. Second one is short. Rebounded by Hunt, who drops it in. Front for Drexel. Whistler, their best 3-point shooter at time. Got it! Benches, that takes the adrenaline out of the shot. Themselves in Maine, not converting. Arena nearly threw it away. Good save by Hersey. Arena, they wanted to follow the main bench. There was none. Overby from the line. He made it. 2 huge. An NIT possibility. The third time is a charm for Drexel. The Dragons have the knack, and they're in the NCAA tournament. And look out, John, because here they come. 4-2 Massachusetts. Look at the ball movement. Hold on! Whoa! Jumper wound up back with Brunson. Jones for 3. Brunson gave it up. McKee, terrible foul, but
Causing the pinch. Nice play.
Padilla, great.
And with him high, it lets Lou roam low.
Padilla.
Up with the Big East, they've got stability here as well.
Oh, Howard in for... And that's it. Mass hysteria here in Amherst as the Minutemen win their 3rd straight Atlantic 10 Conference Tournament title.
Also, Cincy wins its 3rd straight Great Midwest Tourney title. All 3 of their clinching wins come against Memphis. Don't call me Memphis.
Sometimes when you feel it, you like to let him go. Stoudemire pulls up himself.
Devin Smith, the man they call Headache. The pass to Isaac Burton, the layup, and the foul. ASU goes on for the win. Ron Riley, Pullman fans know it's a day for upsets. Lamont Murray, unstoppable all year, unstoppable in the first half. He pumped in 25, finished with 38, broke Kevin Johnson's career scoring record. Eddie Hill, no Delia, one of his 7 trays. He had 27, now owns the school tray record with 233. Dominic Ellison, Nathan Erdman, the slam. Eddie Hill gets carried off, 94-82. Cougars, the final. Hill's career regular season. Oregon fans well aware of the upsets also that had already occurred. 21 seconds left, Bruins by 1. Ed O'Bannon steps on the baseline. Turn it over. Ducks with a final chance. Time running out. Kenya Wilkins misses. Zach Sellers there for the putback. Now watch this. Charles O'Bannon tries to call timeout. They had 2 left, but brother Ed throws it in too soon. Tyus Edney down the left side. The last-second attempt, way off the mark. The fans spill onto the court. The Ducks pull off the upset.
BYU, Roger Reed urging his Cougars on. Second half, BYU couldn't stop the Rainbows. Johnny Moe, Trevor Ruffin, Jaron Akana for 3. Riley Wallace wants more, and he gets it. Akana on the break. Rainbows win it, 73-66. First trip for the Rainbows to the NCAA since 1972. Hawaii is just 17-15. BYU falls to 21-9. In the Southwest Conference, Texas wins the tourney title.
Reed kicks it back out. Joey Brown, 3-pointer. He's going to get in. What do you think? Boyle was jumping over on front. Jock's 3-pointer. That should be trouble. And Dula, second time. Bounce pass by Abdullah. Simpkins scores. Joey Brown leaning in. Banks it home. There it is. Will they take him out again? Phelps slammed him. Unable to score. Phelps with the rebound. He made all tournament. And Providence, for the first time in school history, has won the Big East championship.
You hear that, Jimmy? Well, it will continue to favor Nebraska. For 5 from the field. Here comes Boone. Strickland goes up for 3. Shot clock is at 3 with Thompson releasing and hitting. Fast, no. Wow. 1-on-1. Rutherford for 2 and the tie. We got who's in foul trouble, who's hot for us. You got to have defensive matchups down. Kwiatkowski, boy, did he will that one into his arm. Now Johnson. That could be a clincher. Start celebrating, Lincoln, Nebraska. Cut the neck down, boys. 98 years of basketball and their first Big Eight tournament title. Congratulations.
Of an over and back violation, which is why he stopped.
And Williford.
Physical play.
Phelps with daylight. Phelps inside to Montross. The hook. Barnes. He hits it.
I think they've really accomplished their purpose. A lot of fouls by Virginia and a lot of easy. Virginia needs a 3.
And Dean supplies it. Calabria over to Stackhouse. He explodes out on a pass to Williams. Donald takes it.
That's not a good shot.
But he hits it.
Into the basket.
Dean trying to draw the foul. Misses the 3. And that one is claimed by Montross. The Tar Heels are on their way. McGinnis baseballs it to Pierce Landry. He'll take the shot and hit it at the buzzer. And the North Carolina Tar Heels are the 1994 Atlantic Coast Conference champions.
They're going to need his outside shooting.
Dockery. McCoy. He hits.
Albuquerque, Marcus. Yeah, being down
9 points with 43 seconds to go.
To them.
Burrows can't hit it.
A chance to take a 9-point lead or a 10-point lead.
Minor open on the cut. The Golden Eagles out on the break. Wisby running it. Good shovel pass inside and reverse to Sam Jones. Tick Rogers. Dwayne Morton.
Out including himself.
Damian Smith to Mo Morris. Reverse layup. Good.
And all over Bernard Hazlitt. There he is.
Oh! Perimeter. Minor with a spinning move to the baseline. Tough shot. Off the rim. Off the glass. And he got it. They stepped up and took a whack at it here in this Coliseum. Just couldn't quite get it.
First 2 games, boy, they were something else. This game, they were something else. They just couldn't get it done with the shots. In Louisville, you have to give credit to Denny Crum. He used his bench in the first half, had plenty of energy for the starters in the second.
Ford steps just inside the arc and goes up strong. Only 2 to shoot. Dirkle-Button got it up and in. Prickett cut off by DeClerc. He finds Rhodes. 3-pointer. Brown, the jump stop, the jump shot, 39%, while the Wildcats succeeding at a 57.
The Gators developing a new personality.
Rose, for 3. Martinez back to Brasso for the 3. Got another one at the shot clock. Those rabid blue faithful. Patino and Kruger at midcourt, and the celebration is on at the Pyramid in Memphis. Once again, Kentucky, SEC tournament champion.